Hello, I am Wanderer001, and this is my 4-year review overlook of Wealthfront, both as an investment platform for my retirement account and a investment account, but also for their Wealthfront cash accounts. Now, normally these review/updates are very long, but Wealthfront hasn't really made any major changes. There are definitely things on the horizon that they're looking to do. I do remember getting an email survey, but I don't remember if there was an NDA on any of that. So there's things coming. Can't disclose them at the moment. I will say they have made some user interface updates, which makes things better for you personally, but makes it more annoying and difficult to film. So there's going to be a lot of white boxes and blurred things, and I apologize in advance for that. Mainly being on the right-hand side, the pending transaction area will show you pending transactions with, banks and account numbers. Only partial account numbers, not full account numbers. Still nothing over here about dividends. Still no fractional shares. Over here on the right, you have your overall savings. This needs some updating, because if you look at this, my average savings is based on savings rate over the past 12 months. I do not save this much in a month. I would love to be saving that much in a month. That is based on 2 large deposits that I made into my personal Wealthfront cash account. I already had one for my business account, but I took the savings that my wife and I had in a brick and mortar and put it into here. Now, I moved twice, 20 grand, and it figures, oh, well, you are saving $4,000 a month. Again, I would show you, but there's more things that would need to be blurred out, and no. I wish that Wealthfront would let you edit these numbers, because I do not put $4,000 a month into that cash account all the time, which makes this path, line, and trajectory incorrect, in my opinion. If I was able to go in there and edit the proper amount, I feel that this would be a better trajectory tool and understanding for me. That is a personal quibble that I have, and I wish they would let you edit that. Now, they will let you edit outside accounts if you feel that you need to change those, but they will not let you edit the amounts for the internal, which, again, I kind of wish they would let you do that. Speaking of edits, when attaching a secondary bank account, mainly my brick and mortar, which does have 2-factor authentication turned on, it does not pull in the data. Like, I have to constantly go in there, and it is because of the 2-factor authentication, because I went to go check out Clarity Money by Marcus, their mobile app, and there is a statement from Wealthfront saying that if I turn on 2-factor authentication for Wealthfront, it will inhibit external sites like that. So I kind of get it. My bank requiring 2-factor authentication prevents Wealthfront from accurately pulling in the information. You would go through and just kind of click, hey, I set it up again. It'll pull the information and then proceed to not have the information again. But again, those are just small little UI quibbles that I have. Everything else I've really been enjoying, and that's why you're here. You're here to find out, for somebody who's been using this for 4 years and doesn't have a multi-million-dollar account, well, what does that look like? And, well, we'll come right down here into my IRA, which shows you that I currently have a balance of $26,100 up there. You can see that I've been using it since January of 2016. You can kind of see my trajectory line here. This portion has not changed either. Contribution limits for the current year, total contributions for the past year. I always hold off and do like an extra one to finish out my maximum contributions the next year before, the April 1st deadline. And then shows you current contribution limits. Right here, we are looking at the money-weighted return of 57.17. Now, compared to last time I did this, 6 months ago, we're up, because that was 36.82%. So everything's been going up, which is great. And if we compare that to our time weighted, we are currently at 58.35. last time was 43.76. Now, this is great because it's slowly going up. And here we could see the blue line indicates my total contributions that I put in, and the green line up there shows, hey, this is how much is actually in the account. So you could see there's easily over $5,000 that I did not put in that is currently in this account. Now, this is an area of which I want to speak of, and we're going to come down to here because we have risk score of 6.5. Now, you used to be able to go onto the Wealthfront site, and with just plugging in an email address and choosing your risk tolerance, you could see where things were weighted. Now, this is kind of what you get for 6.5. And again, these are all based on when I entered the market, constantly contributing, and a risk score of 6.5. Well, recently I have thought, well, I still have well over 20 plus years in the market, so I should consider increasing this exposure. And I know probably in the last video I said it did not change enough that warranted me wanting to go in and do that, but I was thinking I probably should because I am weighted a little heavier than I would like to be in bonds. And yes, I do realize we are currently in a bull market and, things change. That could all, like, having bonds would be helpful. But again, I have 20 plus years still left in the market, and I would like to kind of take advantage of that. But Wealthfront no longer lets you check that just by putting in an email address and taking the risk tolerance survey on their website. They put that behind a gate now. You actually have to create an account in order to take the survey. And I get it. The weightings and things that they put in there are their proprietary information. However, in my account, there is nowhere for me to go and see if I change this to a 7 or a 7.5, what it will do to redistribute these totals. Now, I realize that you're coming here because you want somebody else to do it for you. But I would like to be able to see where things would go because I do recall that I believe, which one was it? I think corporate bonds disappears. They changed the way that their system allocates. In fact, they take it from being a 7 system portfolio down to 6 or 5. Again, I can't check for sure because if I come here and I click on this, you get this lovely warning that says, hey, it's not a good idea, and then why? And then you would have to say, change my risk score, and keeping in mind that you can only do this once every 30 days. I kind of just want to be able to view what that is without having to worry about changing things in my account. So, Wealthfront, I'm looking at you. Fix that. All right, now we're going to come into my investment account. My investment account currently has $8,325 in it. And you can see, here's the progression. This one hasn't been, I have not had this one for as long as I've had the IRA. And I also don't put as much money into this one as I do the IRA. But here you can see all the way at the end, I have put a total of $7,150 in, with it being worth $8,325. So, nice little bit of growth. If we come down to our money-weighted return, currently we are at 37.53, which is up from 17.62 last time I did this. Coming to time-weighted, we are looking at 33.84. And last time it was 21.75. So again, this has gone up considerably as well. Now, this one I'm not as keen on changing the risk tolerance level because I already changed this one to be a 7 when I originally started it at about a 6. All right, next on the hit list is the Wealthfront cash account. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. Most of them are good. The one big thing is the rate. The rate just keeps dropping. If you look over here, the current rate as of filming late January 2020 is 1.78. When I got into using the Wealthfront cash account, it was like 2.57. Now, this rate, unlike the other ones, kind of annoys me, only in that with the other rate drops, it was because the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates. And you heard about it in the news, you knew it was coming, so I'm like, all right, I get it. They lowered it by the X percentage that the Federal Reserve lowered it. I can understand that. This latest one, though, I got an email about, I actually saw it in a news feed first, and then I got an email about it. So from Wealthfront, they sent me an email which pretty much read, the Federal Reserve sets a target range for the Fed fund rate. That's all it is, a target. In reality, the federal fund rate is determined by the supply and demand for borrowing between banks. This rate, called the effective Fed fund rate, fluctuates daily and is a direct input in the interest rate we can pay to you. Meaning, they're more like guidelines. So, because banks have determined amongst themselves that they're going to start cutting rates, Wealthfront had to lower their rates to make themselves marketable to banks to still give us a decent rate. And checking out NerdWallet, there are others that are higher but require a higher minimum deposit than Wealthfront. Remember, Wealthfront is just $1. So again, 1.7 is not bad. This is my business account, so anything from business related stuff goes in here. So you can see I've currently earned $85 in interest. I have $8.86 pending on this $9,000 balance. Now, I will say the interesting part is my brick and mortar also lowered their interest. Now, I will say this has $2,000 less in it than the remaining funds in my brick and mortar account that my wife and I have. And during that time period, which was before this, but it was 1.85 APY. This account made $12.66. My brick and mortar account, which again had $2,000 more than this, made 31 cents. Crazy, right? So even though this rate here is lower, it is well worth still putting your money into this. And some of the things that I had said I was concerned about before have been changed. If we come up here to transfer, you can now put money in, take money out. You can cash into an investment or investment into cash. So these are a lot of things that I had said I really wish that the cash account could do. Well, of course, shortly after I made that video, Wealthfront already did that. So good on them. One thing that I wish they would add to this somewhere, or in the documents area, or in your account area, is seeing where your money is being held, which banks have your money. They do have monthly reports that you would, download in a PDF format, but there's nowhere on here. And I mean, you show me pending transactions from places. You could show me where my cash account money was sitting somewhere on the website. Just saying. Speaking of documents, currently, again, like I said, I am filming this at the end of January 2020. Tax season is quickly approaching. And as you can see here, your IRA in my account, the Roth, doesn't come until May because, well, it doesn't need to show up on my taxes. Investment account, I should be getting by February 15th. Notice what is not here yet, and that is the cash accounts. Now, I did reach out to Wealthfront via their help. Didn't tell them who I am. I'm just some random person who's asking for help, asking why I did not see these, and they said they should be there before, needing them for tax season. So I'm hoping sometime before this date, because that's when the investment account comes out, that there will be something here that I can, print off my taxes, my interest taxes for my two savings accounts that I have with them. Because right now, they don't have that. And one would think it's been a good 5-6 months since they've implemented the cash account. You would think that they would have kind of hard-coded that stuff into here already. So, I mean, this is the one thing about Wealthfront that is a little bit of a deterrent, is you're not going to be an early bird getting your taxes done. I hate to say it. But with all of that said, this has been a 4-year look at my usage of Wealthfront. Even with those minor things that I'm complaining about, I still like it. It is the easiest set and forget thing that I have found to invest. And that's what I want, and that's what I needed, is just set it and forget it. Let me send you money, you put it where it needs to go, and I just have it on auto repeat. So if that sounds useful to you, there will be a link down in the description area below. Plug time, it is a referral link. If you choose to use that link, I will get $5,000 managed for free. You will get $5,000 managed for free. So if you plan on investing, $5,000 managed for free is pretty good. Their rate is normally 25 basis points or 0.25%, which in comparison to other places is not bad, but 5,000 is better. Even if you open up a cash account and aren't thinking of starting an investing account, consider using the link, because maybe down the road you will want to start investing, and that 5,000 referral doesn't go anywhere. So it's worth checking out if you found this useful. Just saying, it's there. I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.